Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Mike Kollin at crackedfemalecode.com. Okay, so when I get guys coming in to take my course, their number one thought is, and I hear it all the time, even during the course, they're like, well, how do I make her like me? And I literally say this on purpose to do what's called a pattern interrupt, because that's a completely wrong thought pattern. It's so wrong. So here's what I say. It's like, look, so they say, well, Mike, but how do I make her like me? I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa. The slave master days are over. You don't make anybody anything. Now, this puts them in a mild state of confusion for a few seconds, because what men don't realize, we're so used to using the control brain, which is the left brain. The left brain is all about control freak. It's control, scientific method, A or B, control the molecules. It's all about external. It's the external brain, external processor, which means it's about controlling what's outside of your environment. Now, if you're a stoic, hint, hint, Terrence, you know that it's not about controlling things that are outside of your control. It's about what's inside. Controlling your thoughts and all that stuff. Well, we don't even control our thoughts. There's a better way of doing it, which I'm not going to get into today. But what I'm going to introduce you to is what leads you down this better path of having more power. Now, it's not external power. It's not power over other people. It's your own internal power. And this is what Bruce Lee meant when he says, be like water, my friend. It can flow or it can crash, et cetera, et cetera. Be like water. So when you take my course and you take these steps and these processes, you will be the only one that you have ever met, other than me, that actually understands what the hell Bruce Lee meant when he said that. There's a lot of things that Bruce Lee talks about that the left brain cannot understand. And men, I've gone into martial arts school. I've talked to people with their 10th degree black belt, and I've broken it down. They're like, holy shit, I didn't know that's what Bruce Lee meant. I've said that phrase to my students for decades. I'm like, yeah, it's not a left brain process. It's a right brain process. Whenever we talk symbolically about water, well, that's your right brain. That's your emotions. Emotions is water energy. The hard energy is the left brain. So when I was a little kid, we started out in martial arts when we were about 4 years old, okay? So we learned about the hard martial arts, and that's the closed fist, right? And then there's the soft martial arts, which is the open hand. So the closed fist is obviously hitting, force against force, whereas the right hand, or not right hand, but opening your hand, the soft hand, is when you use someone's energy against them. So they come at you, you pivot, and then you pull them with their energy and throw them. Okay, there's a bunch of other things that go along with this, but I think you're getting the idea. Now, whether you love him or hate him, Floyd Mayweather is the master of the open hand, allowing people to come at him and throw stuff and move out of the way and then counter. The way of the water is much, much, much more powerful than the hard style, than the left brain. This is why women can manipulate the crap out of men. Is because you're closed off in this closed hard system and you can't get out. You are literally stuck in a structure with limited power. The right brain, this is why Bruce Lee always talking about, be like water, my friend. It's like a cup. Empty the cup and allow it to be filled, etc., etc. See, if you're a full cup, you can't take anything in. You must have an empty mind to allow more to come in. Now, these are great philosophies. They sound wonderful, awesome, amazing. But until you take my course and learn how to do this, these are just really cool phrases that Bruce Lee says, and that's all it is. And you don't walk away going, holy shit, I know how to do that. That's what I teach you in my course, i.e. Buddhist monks. Now, Terrence, who's been on my other channel, I think for over a year, maybe longer, he's new to this channel. I invited him over because he started asking about dating relationship questions. We did one technique for approximately 7 minutes, maybe even less, 5 minutes. He responded with, holy cow, he goes, I cannot believe how relaxed I am. He goes, and all I had to do was this simple technique. I'm like, yes. So he's getting a minute taste of what this course leads you down the path to. Hopefully I can get him on a Zoom video, or at least a phone call, okay, so we can get an actual live testimonial. Terrence, if you can, if you see this video, I know I've got a lot of videos loaded up. I've been loading up like crazy, but make some kind of a comment, even if you just say hello. So I know Terrence watches my other channel religiously. I don't know if that's the right word, but you get it. He's been popping over here a little bit. So now, to answer the question, well, how do I make her like me, or how do I make women like me? Number one, you don't control anyone. You don't push them. You don't pull them. That's the male energy. It's like push or pull. Well, the male energy is push. The female energy is pull. You don't do either one. You literally let go completely and you go neutral. That's actually one of the biggest secrets that I'll teach you how to do. That's what allows women. See, a lot of guys are like, why are women always staring at you? Like, why do women always try to talk to you and make up excuses and walk up to you? And it's because I'm not into push or pull. If you're in push or pull, if you're being pushed, you're pushing them away. That's what a lot of men do when they're in their male energy. You're literally pushing them away. When you're in the female energy and you try to pull them, well, they're like, fuck this, I'm out of here, because it's controlling. But then when someone like me comes along and actually teaches you the actual how-to of the philosophy, see, the words from Bruce Lee are just philosophy. It's in and of itself, it's meaningless until you learn how to do what he's talking about. Because a lot of people think, oh, that's just a cool thing to say. I don't know what the fuck it means, and I didn't know there was a how. So then the third option is neutral. When you just learn how to do this, women are going to be attracted to you. It is a natural attractant. And the really cool thing is, this is the classy part of this course. You don't have to do any tricks, any mind games, no manipulation. You don't have to use memorized canned lines and openers and all that shit that just makes you look like an idiot in the long run. And it does, because here's what happens. You might say some cool memorized line and technique, but let me tell you something. They're going to figure it out after a couple of weeks, and they're like, oh shit, all this guy's doing is just rambling off a bunch of lines and openers. And that was the biggest part of the pickup artist courses, is the guys who complain like, hey, after about 4 weeks of dating or 6 weeks of dating, she's kind of catching on like, hey, this isn't who I really am. Because the real you eventually starts to come out, and she's like, well, who's this? Now here's the super cool part of the course, and I'm going to answer the question now. So, Mike, if I'm not making her like me, what do I do? You get really good at making yourself like you. You learn how, and I mean actual techniques that I'm going to teach you in the course, how to make you feel good. Here's the reason why. If you're feeling good, they're gonna like that feeling. But most men are uptight and structured and serious and logical. There's no good feelings there. It's like you want to feel so good, it's like you got a massage, that you're just feeling good. And that's what Terrence says. Man, my whole chest and body is so relaxed. Now listen closely to what Adam says here again. Alright, so I want to say one more thing first. So it's like, wait a minute, Mike, so you're telling me if I feel good, she's going to feel good being around me? Yeah, what a concept, huh? See, if you're in your left brain, your logic, and you're stressed and you're uptight and you're not loose and relaxed, and you're trying to, see, the idea of trying to make someone else feel good when you don't even know how to make yourself feel good is just a bizarre concept. Trying to make someone like you when your energy, your emotions are uptight and stressed, like, that's a bizarre concept. From England, London.
London.
All right, so far, we're about 2/3 through the course. What do you think about it?
Oh, it's awesome, man. I'm learning all about it. I went through some really deep hypnotic states.
Right.
I realized how to internalize.
Right.
So I felt really good.
So what did you say about my course overall?
Said it was awesome. Yeah, you are a genius because of learning about neuro-linguistic programming, hypnosis.
So here's the deal. These techniques that I'm going to teach you in the course and condition into you, they make you feel really comfortable. They make you feel really good. So I'm going to ask you a really obvious question. It's really simple. Let's say you're just feeling really good, really comfortable, you're breathing deep, just completely relaxed and content, right? Do you think a woman's going to want to talk to you when you're in that mood? Or do you think she prefers you being uptight and stressed and thinking, overthinking, thinking, and stressed out, and your muscles are tight and you're all serious and logical? Like, honestly, just like, what do you think a woman is going to be more comfortable interacting with? It's kind of obvious. Here's the deal. When I was a little kid, my dad and my dad's grandparents had a ranch. My dad grew up on a ranch up in Napa Valley. And he used to ride horses all the time. He would do it in the parades every year, etc. So I remember whenever we go up to the ranch when I was a little kid, one of the things my dad taught me was to calm down when I was around horses. Because, when I was a little kid, I saw the first time he took me to the ranch, I was like, I don't know, 2.5, 3. I think it was like 3, something like that. I just jumped out of the truck, and my dad's like, no, because all the horses ran over to the other side of the corral. And I'm like, look at my dad, like, why'd they run away? And it's like, Michael, calm down. So what he did, he actually let me go underneath the first layer of wood, the fence. There's 3 big, wooden things, and he let me go in there. He goes, I want you to stand right next to this post right here, Michael. And I kind of complained, but I want to go pet the horsies, and and he's like, Michael, just trust me. Stay here, be quiet and calm, just completely stop, and they'll come over to you. And I remember looking at my dad like, is this some kind of magic trick? Like, why would they come to me? So my dad was really stern, like, Michael, I'm going to go inside and talk to Grandpa. I want you to stay right here. Now, he allowed me to go right inside, literally like on the other side of the fence. But he goes, don't go in the middle. Do not go after the horses. You have to stay right here. I go, okay, Daddy. And so the horses were over there. And I was a little kid. I really wanted to pet the horses. I really wanted to go over there, which would mean chase. And I got upset, and then I'm like, and I didn't say this as a kid, but I'm like, basically, fuck it. So I'm, playing around, literally kicking the dirt, like picking up rocks and stuff. And then I saw a couple roly-polies, those little tiny bugs that roll, that curl up in a ball when they get scared. And I grabbed one, and it curled up, and I knew as a little kid, if you just let it sit there in your hand, open palm, eventually it'll open up and it'll start crawling around, and it kind of tickles your hand. And I let it do that, and I go, oh, it's so fun, so cute. And I'm playing this little roly-poly, and I go, it's so cool. So at this point, I don't know, 3 or 4 or 5 minutes went by. Now here's what happened. Now listen closely, pay attention closely, because it's so subtle. Now what happened was, all of a sudden I heard a, and I looked around, and the horses, all of them were right there. Now what was I doing? Number one, my energy calmed down. I stopped chasing the horses, because when I jumped out, I literally jumped out and kind of ran up to the fence. My dad's like, no, and I scared them off. Hint, hint, wink, wink. Don't do that to women. Don't chase women. It scares them off. Now, what was I doing? Well, my attention completely forgot about the women. Oh, sorry, I mean the horses. Hint, hint, wink, wink, blinkety, blink. So my attention went from wanting the horses so bad, I really wanted to pet the horses, to, oh, roly-poly. Now listen closely to what I did, though. I got completely caught up in this little roly-poly tickling my palm, walking around. I got caught up in something that I was interested in. When I was writing my book, Crack the Female Code, I did write it one time. I think it took like 6 months, but I didn't like it at all. It might have even taken a year, but it took a long time. And it wasn't as good as it could have been. I literally started from scratch. This does not include the edits. Now, the book that you buy now, I've edited that book 5 times. So I started from scratch. I got determined, and I went to because I get bored at home. So I go to coffee shops, but I put on my headphones and I focus my head down, and I do something I normally don't do, but I blocked out the world. Now, my course teaches you how to open up and have awareness. Well, I didn't do that. I didn't give a shit about that. I blocked out the world. I got caught up in my music. I would play emotional music over and over and over until I popped open. And boom, my creativity just flowed, right? So I would like write for 2.5 hours or as long as I could because the thoughts would just start flying up and boom, boom, boom. Everything was in order. Now here's the deal. I had no outline at all. When you read the book, you're going to think, well, you had to, no. Whatever came up, I put down. Whatever came, because everything fell in order. Now here's the deal. I used to go to coffee shops for years to pick up on women. Now here's the really weirdest thing of all. Women were walking over to my table. Women, the line would be kind of close to the table that I would sit at, so women would kind of bump me on accident. Oh, I'm sorry. And I'd take my headphone like, what? Oh, I'm sorry. I was like, oh, okay. I put my headphone down. Boom, bury my head into my computer and start writing again. Women would literally, some of them would walk over and say, I am so sorry, but what are you doing? You are so caught up, like you're not even noticing the world around you. Like, because they want to know, like, what are you so fascinated about? Now, if you're wondering, yes, horses are using the same nervous system that women are using. It's called the internal nervous system. It's the right brain system. It's connected to the 5 senses: see, hear, feel, smell, and taste. When you're in your laser beam, you get excited, you like a girl, and you go into that left linear. Linear means going in a line. So you have a line coming from your forehead or your eyes, and it locks on, and she can feel it. It's literally like a concentrated form of energy, exactly like a laser beam, and they can feel it, and they don't like it. It scares them. When you open up, now you're in the softer energy. Now it attracts because it makes them feel good. So that's what happens when you get caught up in something. You don't put your energy, you're not pushing them. Now you're in your own world. Your energy is inside you. It's in this little space, but it's an open, expanded energy. Okay, I'll explain that later. So here's the deal. When you're in the right brain system, you literally attract wild animals to you. Children will feel comfortable with you. I've got a video where Adam talks about this in depth. I'll upload that video eventually, that clip of it. Here you go. No freaking way I got this deer to touch me. Here you go. It's okay, Mama. She's afraid of the camera. Here you go. Yeah. Anyways, I thought it was kind of cute. She came up and sniffed my hand or licked it. So here's the deal. She actually walked up that little hill and walked over towards me. She basically came up, she licked my hand, she let me pet it, and then I went back in my car to retrieve my phone, and this is the video of when I came back after I got my phone. So apparently what I noticed is animals tend to be afraid of the phones, but it's possible because when I focused in on the phone, I went back into the other energy, so that may have been what happened. So even then, it still walked up to me, it sniffed my hand again. So I've had clients watch wild animals walk up to me and let me pet them. They're like what is that? I'm like, well, it's because I'm in my open energy. You have to be open and spacious. So let's continue with this video. So I was at a Tony Robbins seminar a long time ago, and he had said something a couple times. I've been to quite a few of his seminars. So I remember one of the seminars, probably the second one that I went to, but he said something that really I heard him before, and I think it was probably in his book or home study course, but I didn't it kind of went past my head because I thought, whatever, because I was your typical young male, very left brain, like that doesn't matter. So here's what he said. He goes, out of everything I've taught you, he goes, this one thing is more important than all of them. Without this, none of that stuff's going to work. He said, master the art of making yourself feel good. He goes, get deep tissue massages. He goes, I recommend you get a deep tissue massage once a week for 10 weeks. He goes, you will be blown away how much more comfortable you feel. He goes, after the second, third, or fourth massage, you're going to realize, like, holy shit, I didn't realize how uptight I was. And a lot of men don't, because you're disconnected from your right brain, which is the 5 senses where you sense yourself. You're feeling your own body, your own muscles. So when you get a deep tissue massage, it usually takes 1 or 2 or 3 if you haven't done it for a while, but it slowly brings you over to your right brain. You're like, holy shit, I did not realize how uptight my muscles were. And then you start to realize that people relax around you. They like to talk to you. And in a past video, I told you, like, once I figured this out, I would schedule my massage at about 3 or 4 p.m. right before I'd leave to go to the city. Go to dinner first, and then we would go to the city afterwards. Because I noticed every time I got a real good deep tissue massage, I'd go to a club and women would just walk right up and touch me and talk to me, and it was effortless. And then I started developing these internal awareness techniques, and I started to feel even better and more comfortable. See, here's the deal. Those techniques, what they do for you, they teach you how to feel comfortable in public. They teach you how to feel comfortable alone. They teach you how to feel comfortable when you're interacting with other people. See, when you're at the tip of the V, it stresses you out. This is when you're in your far left logical brain, when you're in the very specific and details, okay? And this is where anxiety is, because at the tip of the V, all your energy is shoved at the tip, and it's trying to get out that way, and it concentrates it and makes that energy very dense. So all of a sudden, every little thing triggers you and causes you to be stressed and explode and have all these, anxiety and emotions and shit. Now, at the other end, where we're going to, these internal awareness techniques, they allow you to open up and expand. So now all this energy can breathe and relax. And so suddenly the little things that triggered you, they don't trigger you anymore. Now, which side do you think women want you to be at for them to interact with, to connect with you emotionally and sexually? The specific and detail, or the vague and abstract, open, emotional side, the comfortable side? Now, which side do you think is more romantic I don't want to say more, but which side is the romance side and which side is not? If you said the open, spacious end is the romantic side, you would be correct. The other side, when you're thinking, I can't tell you how many times I've seen it in movies. I've heard it in person. My clients have said, I spent all this money. I took on this really expensive date at this really fancy restaurant. And she literally said, oh, I've got to go home. I've got a headache. And he's thinking, Jesus Christ, I just spent $200 on it. I thought I was going to get something out of this. See, when you're at the tip of the V, when you're thinking, try to be Mr. Logical, trying to impress her, remember the left brain is the push energy, impress. When you try to impress her with your bank account, your height, your muscles, or anything, even your looks, it literally disconnects her from her mating system. It literally turns her off. Because it puts her up in her head and it gives her a headache. It puts pressure on her forehead. And this is what women say, I've got a headache, I'm sorry, but I got to go home. Because they can't be emotional and sensual with you when you're at the tip of the V, when you're thinking. Now think about it. Listen closely. Her mating system has a nerve that curves off to her right brain's emotional processor. Now you're in your left brain, thinking brain. The left brain is the logical thinking brain. Do you understand now that when you're thinking, being Mr. Logical on a date, how that would literally turn her off sexually, like literally? Yeah, because that's not where her mating system's connected to. It's connected to her emotional system, the right brain system. This is why you want a woman to connect with her heart, her emotions, and feelings. So this is why I teach you how to open up to your body, to your emotions, and to your feelings to connect internally, because that will guide her and lead her into her own emotions and feelings. See, you don't do anything to her, it's what you do to you, and then she feels comfortable, and then see, women want to go into their emotions, but men take her out of that. So a third core piece of this course is this internal awareness stuff that I keep talking about. It grounds you, it makes you feel comfortable and calm. It opens you up emotionally and you feel good. So now when she comes around you, she can, look at the picture, open up, because this is what leads her to have sex with you, because opening up is what allows her to open up physically because she's connected sexually. This is a no pressure course. Down at the tip is the pressure. Up here is relaxation, your muscles relaxing, and your lungs breathing deep and calm and comfortable. So like I've said before about the pickup artist courses, where they say if you see a woman that you like, you got 3 seconds, or maybe it's 5 seconds, but 3 seconds, you got to approach now. That's pressure, man. That's fucking pressure. We don't do that here. We calm down, we relax, we pervade the system, we do our grounding techniques first, we get comfortable, and then we'll approach. Notice how the dolphins are approaching. Now, did he get in the water and swim over to them or go over to the horses? No, he's there. And the energy, the vibrations literally from the music are here inside and with him. He's feeling the vibe. Therefore, the dolphins came over to him. If you've ever played music or been in a choir and you really wanted to get good at it, you learned that you had to get your body to feel a certain way, and then the music would come out much better. If you can get yourself to feel really, really comfortable and really, really good inside, I promise you, women are going to approach. This is the natural way. Buy my book, Crack the Female Code, right now and get started. That is the first big step. Go to crackthefemalecode.com and buy the book, and then get a hold of me and sign up for either one of the trainings with other men, which you'll save more money, or do the one-on-one coaching. If you want to do either one of these, the month of September, this month, we are giving a major discount on both trainings, okay? Call me on my landline, 415-747-8598. Alright, I'm going to leave you with Adam and the typical video I've been playing lately, and I'm just going to let it play, and that's it for this video.
From England, London.
London.
Alright, so far, we're about 2/3 through the course. What do you think about it?
Oh, it's awesome, man. I'm learning all about it. I went through some really deep hypnotic states.
Right.
I realized like how to internalize.
Right.
So I felt really good.
So what did you say about my course overall?
I said it was awesome. Yeah, you are a genius. Because of learning about neuro-linguistic programming, hypnosis.
There he is. By the way, I wanted to ask you something. Do you like this wood?
I do. It's good wood, man.
Take a look at the wood. but you're not hypnotized, are you?
You may have triggered a few states.
Well, let's look at the wood. Is there anything special about the wood? I don't want you to imagine the first time you looked at the wood and started laughing now. No, I do not hypnotize people. I put them in. So let me ask you a question. Would you say you've been happier than you've been in a long time?
I felt some pretty high states, man. I'm crying, dude.
Alright, that's it, guys. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed this video, please click subscribe, click the like button, go ahead and make a comment, and go ahead and buy my book, Crack the Female Code, and read it. It's a requirement for the course, which we are doing now in the month of September. So please go to my new website. It is still under crackthefemalecode.com or mikekollin.com, but it's soon going to be shifted over to seductionpower.com. Check out my website, and if you can't buy a book to help support this channel, help support me making these videos, at the very least, there's a PayPal link right there in the description box. Please go ahead and make a donation of $5 or more just to show your support. I'd really, really appreciate it for doing all this work for you guys. Alright guys, I'll see you in the next video. Bye. Hopefully, I'll see you in person either at a seminar or one-on-one coaching.